If you could do anything in the field of nutrition, what would you choose? If you figured out what that thing is there anything that's stopping you from doing it? Let's talk about achieving your professional dreams in the field of nutrition. Hey folks, I'm Amy Hager. I'm a registered dietitian in private practice, and I have been fortunate enough to have secured 3 dream jobs, in my opinion. And one was my very first job as an RD. So I want to help you figure out 2 things in this video. One is to help you think big and figure out exactly what your dream nutrition job would be. And number 2 is to guide you in finding that exact job. Let me share how it worked out for me. So when I finished my internship, I had clear ideas about what I liked and what I did not like. And I really wanted a job working in a wellness center teaching classes, but I was really worried that that type of job was uncommon. And so I had this mindset that I was gonna have to take what I could get as my first job. I didn't work as a dietitian right away. I ended up working at Whole Foods Market for a while because I was already working there part-time when I was in school. But I kept my eyes peeled throughout the year. And incredibly, I found an opportunity at a hospital-owned wellness center, teaching cooking classes, leading weight loss clinics, and I applied and got the job without any experience. I guess you could say that was my first experience in just getting a dream job without really nailing down any qualifications or having it be so far out of reach. It was a little bit of a commute, but it really wasn't that bad. But naturally, as my career progressed, I had new ideas on what would be my next dream job. New ideas came to me, new thoughts about what I wanted to do, and I had come to realize that I had skills and abilities that I wanted to put to use. So these thoughts, they stayed persistent, and I let myself wonder, what could be the next thing? What could be better than this? What would I be thrilled to do? So, starting to ask myself those kinds of questions. So let's turn it around to you. What would you be thrilled to do in your work as an RD? And what do you feel like would be a dream to get paid for? So getting clarity about what you want to do is often the hardest part, I think, in kind of figuring out your dream job. We all kind of know what we like, but there's an alternative way to kind of go about this, and that is to ask yourself what you don't want. What do you not like? This list of qualities is a lot easier to draw up, I find sometimes. It's easy to say what I don't like. So 1, I don't like working with very sick clients, or 2, I don't like feeling stuck in my position, or 3, I don't like an early morning schedule or working on weekends, etc., etc. So we all kind of get from our life experience things that we don't like, and we can kind of put that into the job category of things we don't want. And then when you start with the don't wants, it's a great lead into the drafting the list of your do wants, or maybe your must have, or your ideal qualities of the perfect job. So example, setting my own schedule, or opportunities for creativity, or a focus on wellness instead of illness. General qualities of what you're looking for. What are the kind of things, the feelings, the things that you're doing, the tasks, that kind of stuff. And then step 3 would be to take it one step further in supplying some specific examples. So this is tricky, especially when you look at job listings and they're very plain and they're very unimaginative and they don't really have a lot of variety. So that you're kind of coming up with maybe stuff you've heard or stuff that you're just dreaming up, right? So here's specific examples. 1, a job working with brands as a spokesperson, developing wellness programs for employees, or being an independent consultant. So after you come up with your list of dream jobs, I think it's really important to spend some time sitting with each idea and then imagining yourself in those positions. I think visualization is a very powerful and underutilized tool, in my opinion. So the more you can visualize yourself, getting up there doing talks, whatever it is that jazzes you up about the field of nutrition. Maybe you're more hands-on, you're designing protein bars or something like that. Who knows exactly what you're doing, but you have an idea of the kind of things that you like, and you come up with a list of examples of things that sound really, really fun, and now you're kind of trying them each on for size. And it might be that, if you're feeling the enthusiasm and the excitement in these jobs, you might even get further clarity about which one you prefer over the other. Maybe right now, the example of working for brands and sponsorships sounds really appealing, but maybe that gets old and then another dream job example comes along and that's appealing a few more years down the line. That's kind of how it worked for me. So my second example of my dream job was being a health coach and a dietitian in a corporate setting. And it was a focus on employee health. And I remember thinking before I had this job, this would be the best I could hope for as a dietitian. I was definitely influenced by what was available at the time, jobs that I thought was possible for me. So I definitely had a little bit of a constrained mindset in what I thought was available, but I thought this was like the top of the list, being a corporate dietitian, working in a really fancy company, coming up with programs for the employees, coming up with theme days, just all kinds of fun things, a lot of variety. And I didn't like the hospital environment, and I just felt like I cared about all aspects of health and wellness. So helping employees stay healthy was a great fit for me. And I had plenty of opportunity for creative program development, a lot of variety in my day-to-day work. Now you might be wondering, all right, I already know what my dream job is, but how do I find it? It's a very practical question. You definitely want to increase your chances by finding this work if you have the appropriate credentials and some experience can be helpful. Even though I'll say it's not an absolute requirement, because honestly, I got 3 jobs without having any of the required experience, just saying. I got my health coach job without being a health coach. I got my diabetes educator job without being a diabetes educator. And then my first job, I didn't have any experience. I was fresh out of school, and they hired me as a dietitian for the whole wellness center. So it was definitely fortunate. So I think the bottom line, what I'm trying to say is don't let the job description weed out your options, because sometimes you can still be a great fit for the position even without the actual experience. The rest is not an exact science, but you start to get the word out there. I guess that's the phrase I need to use with what you're looking for. The world is very well connected now thanks to the internet and social media, and you have virtual friends, colleagues, and peers. You can have these folks in your life and never really meet them in real life face to face. So you can absolutely make this work for you when it comes to career. This advantage was not available 30 years ago. And I'll age myself by saying, you youngins don't know how good you got it now, because I used to look for job postings in the newspaper, in the classifieds ad, and that's all there was. Now people are so well connected, you can start talking about what you're looking for, start saying, the kinds of things people will think of you, and they'll suggest other things to you, and a few clicks away, you can make connections instantly these days. So you definitely take that and make it work for you. The more you can share with others, your friends, your colleagues, your peers, your instructors, health professionals, and other disciplines, the more you're increasing your chances of locating the dream opportunity in the field of nutrition. So I think so many RDs are struggling to find their dream job because they haven't gone through the legwork of what I mentioned before, creating the lists of what they want and what they don't want, according to the qualities and the characteristics that are important to them in how they work. I think instead they're looking at the specifics of the what, position that's available, pays the bills, has health benefits, matches the skill set that I have, so that they're qualified to apply for the jobs. So keep that in mind if that's a mindset you're starting to slip into. But draw up your list of work values and those things that are important to you. Keep it visible so that it reminds you of what a dream job could be. And I wanted to tell you about my third dream job. It was really the job that I created for myself. I had all the aspects lined up when I was working for a telehealth company doing health coaching. Everything I liked about that job. That was flexible. I was doing counseling work. But there was one little thing that bothered me, and it was just not having enough control over my own way of working. I loved the flexibility of working from home, setting my own schedule, and I really loved counseling clients more than any other aspect of nutrition. But I really wanted to follow my own counseling style, and I wanted more control over my earning potential. So I opened up my own telehealth practice, and now I feel like I have the best of everything. I just have so much satisfaction, and I feel like the sky is the limit for growth, and I'm 100% in charge of all of my decisions. So I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Let me know what your dream job is. Just think big, use it as a place to dream. Just dare yourself to have the courage, write it out, what you would love to see as your dream job. Whether you're already a dietitian or you're a student, what would you love to do in the field of nutrition and get paid for it? All right, looking forward to hearing from you guys. And I'm hoping the exercises were helpful in helping you sort of brainstorm and get out of your way in thinking and busting past limitations about what's available for you in the field of nutrition. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to catch the latest video here. And don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more videos on private practice and being self-employed as a dietitian.